Hi everyone. Thank you for tuning into the English Dharma services. This is Yoding, and today I would like to share the story of how Bhikkhu Dharmākara became Amitabha Buddha. Amitabha Buddha is a popular figure in Buddhism. There is a Chinese saying, 家家弥陀，户户观音. Amitabha Buddha in every family, Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva in every household. Amitabha Buddha is also called upon in assistive chanting when someone is dying. Amitabha's name is usually chanted in Pure Land practices. He is the host of the Pure Land of ultimate bliss. Not only do we chant Amitabha Buddha's name when someone is nearly dead, we also sing his name when celebrating birthdays. The happy birthday songs, 祝您无量寿佛, means may you have infinity life like Amitabha Buddha. Amitabha's name is also used as a greeting in monastery, to say hello or goodbye, or even as an expression of consolation. From the above, you can see why Amitabha Buddha is so popular, because he is such a slashy. So, who is Amitabha? In the larger sutra on Amitabhas, the following was recorded. In the distant past, there appeared a Buddha named Lokeshvara. At that time, there was a king who, have heard the Buddha's exposition of the Dharma, rejoiced his heart and awakened aspiration for highest perfect enlightenment. He renounced his kingdom and throne, and became a monk named Dharmākara. Having superior intelligence, courage, and wisdom, he distinguished himself in the world. He went to see Tathagata Lokeshvara, knelt down at his feet, walked around him 3 times, keeping him always on his right, prostrated himself on the ground, and putting his palms together in worship, praised the Buddha. Having praised the Buddha, Bhikkhu Dharmākara said to Buddha Lokeshvara, respectfully, word on one, I announce that I have awakened aspiration from the highest perfect enlightenment. I beseech you to explain the Dharma to me fully, so that I can perform practices for the establishment of a pure Buddha land adorned with innumerable excellent qualities. So, please teach me how to attain enlightenment quickly, and to remove the roots of the affliction of birth and death of all. At that time, Buddha Lokeshvara replied to Bhikkhu Dharmākara, you yourself should know by what practice you can establish a glorious Buddha land. The Bhikkhu said to the Buddha, that is far too vast and deep for my comprehension. I sincerely beseech you, word on one, to explain in detail the practices by which Buddha Tathagatas established their Pure Lands. After I hear that, I wish to practice as instructed and so fulfill my aspirations. At that time, Buddha Lokeshvaraja recognized Bhikkhu Dharmakara's noble and high aspirations and told him as follows. If, for example, one keeps unboiling water out of a great ocean with a highest measure, one will be able to reach the bottom after many kalpas, and then obtain rare treasures. Likewise, if one sincerely, diligently, and unceasingly seek the way, one will be able to reach one's destination. What vow is there that cannot be fulfilled? Then Buddha Lokeshvaraja explained in detail the greater and lesser aspects of 210 kotis of Buddha lands, together with the good and evil natures of heavenly and human beings living there. He revealed them all to the bhikkhu, just as he had requested. Then the bhikkhu, having heard the Buddha's exposition of the glorious Pure Lands, and also having seen all of them, resolved upon his supreme, unsurpassed vows. His mind being serene and his aspiration free from attachment, he was unexcelled throughout the world. For 5 full kalpas, he contemplated the vows and then chose the pure practices for the establishment of his Buddha land. This Amitabha Buddha statue from Gokoin Temple is reputed to be a replica of one of the 2 statues made by Master Shan, and have been brought back from China during the Song dynasty. It served as the model of a new style that would become popular in Japan. The head and the body are carved from a single block by cypress wood that was then hollowed. The surface once gilded, and then the face planted with layers of lacquer. The figure is listed as an important cultural property in 1964. The large head with his childlike figures is enveloped by a Usnisha. The statue shows Bhikkhu Dharmakara contemplating the creation of a pure land before becoming Amitabha Buddha. The figure wears monastic robe that cover the shoulders, hands, and crossed legs. The eyes are closed in an expression of deep concentration, and a hollow circular nimbus frames the head from behind. Have you ever seen such an image of Amitabha Buddha? The reason why his head was so big was because he had pondered on how he should create the Western Pure Land for 5 kalpas. For 5 full kalpas, he contemplated the vow and then chose the pure practices for the establishment of his Buddha land. The sutra goes on to say, Ananda asked the Buddha, "How long was the lifespan of beings in the land of Buddha Lokeshvara? The Buddha replied, "The length of life of that Buddha was 42 kalpas." He continued, "After that, Bhikshu Dharmākara adopted the pure practices that had led to the establishment of the excellent land of 210 kotis of Buddhas. When he had finished this task, he went to the Buddha, knelt down at his feet, walked around him 3 times, joined his palm in worship, and sat down. He then said to the Buddha, "I have adopted the pure practices of the establishment of a glorious Buddha land." The Buddha said to him, "You should proclaim this. Know that now is the right time. Encourage and delight the entire assembly." Hearing this, other bodhisattvas will practice this Dharma and so fulfill their innumerable great vows. The bhikshu replied, "I beg you to grant me your attention. Now I will fully proclaim my vows." The fact that he was able to focus his thought for such a long period of time indicate a few features of Bhikshu Dharmākara. First, he was very patient. When Buddha Lokeshvara was introduced in detail the 210 kotis of Buddha lands, he was patient enough to listen to all of these Buddha lands. A koti is a Sanskrit and Pali word that literally means the end of a scale, and thus it is efficiently referring to any large number. Some people do not even have the patience to listen to just one Buddha land, but he was able to just listening to all of them. And after listening to the explanations, he had patiently contemplated how he should create his own Buddha land, and then took another 5 kalpas. That also goes to tell us that if we want to accomplish anything big, we need to have enough patience. Second, he kept to his initial resolve. Do you have any experience of giving up on what you had initially intended? Sometimes we may have set out to accomplish something, but along the way, we may encounter hiccups, and that prompt us to turn back or fall out. Thus, it requires determination for one to keep to one's initial resolve. But it's the academic degree we set out to achieve, our task and project we work on, our relationships we form with different people. And for something as big as a pure land, it requires even more tremendous willpower to not give up, no matter how long it takes and how difficult it is to accomplish. Third, Amitabha Buddha had a specific goal in mind. This also explains why Amitabha Buddha was able to keep to his initial resolve. because he saw that at the end of this resolve, it is going to benefit sentient beings on a massive scale. Seeing this end has kept him on this resolve. This gives us a hint of the need to constantly reflect on the bigger end that our approach is going to take us to, and thinking of that can inspire us to keep us on what we have initially intended, despite the difficulties we might face in the progress. Fourth, he actualized his intention, both in aspiration and practice. He did not only aspire, but acted out on his words. As above mentioned, keeping to his initial resolve and having a specific goal in mind, and with patience as his support, Amitabha Buddha was finally able to realize his goal. Just like that, Buddha Lokeshvara said, "If one sincerely and diligently seek the way, one will be able to reach one's destination. What vow is there that cannot be fulfilled?" Are there any other qualities you think Dharmākara possesses and that I have left out? Leave me a comment. That is all I would like to share tonight. Thank you for listening. I will see you next week. Bye bye.